He looked fine on the outside. He could smile, joke, and talk like a normal person. But no one truly knew that he always kept distance very carefully. He did not think he was strange. He only felt tired. Tired of explaining himself. Tired of hoping for others. And tired of being disappointed. Every time someone started to want to know him better, he felt his chest tighten for no clear reason. Not because he hated that person, but because he was afraid. Afraid the relationship would become too deep. Afraid others would see his broken side. Afraid he would have to explain old wounds that he himself did not yet understand. He once allowed someone to come too close. He once spoke too honestly. He once hoped too much. And when that person left, what remained was not only loss, but also guilt for opening his heart. Since that moment, he learned one thing. The closer someone gets, the more complicated life feels. For him, relationships felt like a weight he could not always carry. He had to reply to messages. He had to explain feelings. He had to be present when needed. He had to protect other people's feelings, while his own feelings were often ignored. So he started building walls. Invisible walls. Not aggressive, but high enough to keep people away. When someone asked, "Why don't you talk much?" he only gave a small smile. "I'm fine," even though he knew it was not fully true. He was not fine. He was just too used to holding everything alone. He began to choose half close, half caring, half present. He was there, but never fully stayed. He spoke, but never truly opened his heart. He laughed with others, but kept distance inside himself. People often misunderstood him. They thought he was cold. They thought he did not care. But the truth was, he cared too much. He cared so much that he feared losing again. He cared so much that he chose distance. Every relationship felt like a door to him. If opened a little, it felt safe. If opened too wide, he feared he could not close it again. Time kept moving. And one by one, people stopped trying to get close. Not because they were bad, but because they were tired of knocking on a door that never truly opened. And eventually, he was alone. Not because he was abandoned, but because he chose that distance himself. At that point, he began to ask himself, does life really have to be this simple? Or am I just too afraid to live fully? He realized distance does protect from pain, but too much protection slowly turns into a prison. He did not change instantly. He did not suddenly open up. He only stopped running. He learned to sit with his own feelings, without judging, without forcing, without hating himself. He learned that closeness does not need to be perfect, that opening up does not mean telling everything. That healthy relationships grow slowly. And for the first time, he allowed someone to stay a little longer. Not completely, but enough to breathe. Not everyone who distances themselves does not care. Sometimes they have just survived alone for too long. If this story feels like it is about you, remember one thing. You are not broken. You just learned to survive in the only way you knew. And one day, slowly, you also deserve to feel safe enough to stay.